Hey everybody, it's Skylar and I'm back with another pregnancy update. Today's video is going to be a weekly pregnancy symptom update, and we're starting at the 4-week symptom update. So I'm just going to be telling you what my symptoms were this week at 4 weeks, and it's not going to be in any particular order because I made a list and then I lost the list by day. It was like 4 weeks 1 day this symptom, 4 weeks 2 days this symptom, and so I lost my list. So yeah, there's that. But I'm going to be sharing with you those symptoms. I also did want to let you know that I will be doing a belly shot at the end of the video, so stay tuned through the entire video for that. So let's go ahead and get started on the symptoms. Well, like I said, these symptoms are in no particular order. Oh my gosh, I'm super uncomfortable. Super uncomfortable right here. So, I know my very first symptom that I had, I'm on my knees on my bed because I don't have any other way to record that is not ridiculous looking with a terrible background and no lighting. So, I didn't start out with very many symptoms, but the one that I did have that was pretty immediate was I started having a little bit of heartburn and a little bit of stomach burn whenever I would eat anything. And that was a symptom that I had with both of my other kids, my daughter Lexus and my son Bentley. And I normally had those symptoms, which I may just have not noticed them, but I had them after I'd already missed my period. And let me know if you want me to do a finding out I was pregnant with my daughter or finding out I was pregnant with my son story on how I found out, and maybe a labor story. Of course, I don't have any footage to show you, but I can just sit down and talk about it for either of them, because both of the ways that I found out with them and the symptoms that I had with them and the labor stories were very different. And so I can do that if you want me to share that. Just go ahead and leave me a comment below if you would like to hear that. That might give me another idea to be able to share some more content with you, a little bit of variety. But anyway, I had a little bit of that. My boobs are hurting a little bit, but I didn't really have any symptoms until maybe 14 days past ovulation or 13 days past ovulation, and the 13 DPO is when I officially got my obviously positive pregnancy test. And if you haven't seen that video of my positive pregnancy test at 13 DPO, I'll link it in the description box and you can go and watch that. I also posted the reaction whenever my kids, I told them that I was pregnant and my daughter was so excited. My son didn't really understand, but he's 3, so. But now he's like, I love the baby. I'm going to hold the baby and the baby's going to sleep in my bed with me. And whenever the baby cries, I'm just going to go get it and take care of it. And he's just so excited now. It's actually pretty cute. But anyway, I'm trying to think off the top of my head some of the other symptoms that I had at 4 weeks, which now I'm 5 weeks 1 day. Actually, no, 5 weeks today. Just 5 weeks, 0 days. Was, let's see, shortness of breath, which I still have. I had a little bit of nausea, but only when I would not eat, all the time. Only whenever, I hadn't eaten in an hour or an hour and a half. Every single hour I had to eat, or I just felt shaky. I felt a little bit nauseous, but not morning sickness nauseous, almost blood sugar's low nauseous, if that makes any sense. And that would explain the shaking and stuff like that. Something else that I had that I did not think that I would have this early is pregnancy brain, which if you have been pregnant before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So right after I found out, which I can't even breathe right now. I don't even know what's going on with me. I don't know if this is my anxiety or just a pregnancy situation. Probably a little bit of both and just talking, but I don't know if you can tell, but I'm but it's crazy how it affects your body. But I had pregnancy brain pretty early on, and I would just forget everything, or I would go in one room and be like, what was I in here doing? And it would happen all the time. I know that's pretty normal just for anyone, but it would happen all the time. And I would forget how to do things, or I'd be in the middle of a conversation and I'd forget what I was saying, or forget what words were called, weird things. I'd be sitting there and I'd be explaining something to my husband, and then I'd have to think for a second and be like, yeah, but it was this word, what's this word, and just forget what what I was trying to even say. And you're gonna see me get back up and sit down a lot. I'm sorry. This is terrible, but I'm super uncomfortable. Something else that I noticed pretty early on was bloating. So almost like you are gonna start your period, but you just don't. So like I feel extremely bloated, and it looks really like frumpy, and so I'm kind of embarrassed to show my stomach because I still look postpartum even though it's been 3.5 years since I've had a child. I've not done a very good job at ab workouts. That's not for me. I've been trying to get my stomach to be more flat, and we don't eat that healthy most of the time, so my stomach doesn't look very great. But right now it's like super frumpy looking because it's so bloated. So that's something that I noticed. And I also had no cramping, which normally I would have cramping like 3 or 4 days before I was due to start my period. So like at 10 or 11 DPO, I would have a little bit of cramping off and on, and then I would have dull back pain. And so I did not have any of that at 10 or 11 DPO. Which I thought was kind of weird. And whenever I took the pregnancy test at 10 or 11 DPO, I was like, man, I wonder if I am pregnant because I haven't had any cramping at all. And then the closer that I got to my period, it was like, no cramping, no back pain. Like, what's going on here? And then I got to 13 DPO and I took the test and I was like, oh, okay, well, that's why. But then at about 4 weeks, 3 days, 4 weeks, 4 days, somewhere around there, for a couple of days, I did have a little bit of cramping, and it started over on one side, and it'd be like this front of my abdomen and the back. It was like a little crampy, a little twingy, and then the next day it was the other side. And I really think that that's just the expansion of the hips and inside of my body getting ready to house another child. And everything's moving around. Your anatomy is different when you're pregnant, so I think that has a lot to do with it. I also had food aversions and cravings, so I have been wanting spicy things. Like the first thing I noticed was I wanted hot Cheetos. Then I wanted like pepperoncinis and sauteed bell peppers and onions, and just anything spicy like gumbo. I've eaten like just about everything that I've mentioned just in this 4 weeks because that's what I wanted. And things taste different, things smell different. Things that I wanted before I don't really want right now, like chocolate. I don't really want chocolate. And I've been craving chocolate, I would crave chocolate whenever I was pregnant with my daughter. But I don't really want chocolate. So that was kind of a weird thing. Let's see. My boobs have been sore. They've actually grown a little bit. They're just more full. Not like a cup size or anything, but even my husband noticed that they were more full. Like if you go like this, like you can tell, because it's your body, and let's see, maybe they're just swollen. I'm not really sure. Oh, something else, and I don't know if this is TMI or not, but who cares, because you're probably a woman watching this video just wondering if you're pregnant, or maybe you're 4 weeks and you're wondering if your symptoms are like everyone else's. So I noticed that in between my boobs, like on my chest right here, the blue veins that are there, that are normally present on everyone's chest, it's like so dark. They're so dark right now. I did notice a little bit of darkening of the areolas around the nipples, but not so much that it'd be like, I'm pregnant, before I even knew that I was pregnant, My nose has been a little bit stuffy. I've been extremely thirsty and extremely hungry. Okay, so like I said, don't judge me because my stomach is not flat like all these other YouTube people that you see. But here's before. I've always got this. This is not a pregnancy thing. I've always got that. So if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you'd rather see cleaning videos or any other kind of video, give this video a thumbs down and let me know. That just lets me know what kind of content I need to be making for you so that you enjoy it. If you're not already subscribed, go ahead and give me a subscribe. Hit the red subscribe button below and hit that notification bell if it will let you. I actually have a couple people who have told me that my channel says it's made for kids, and I don't really know why, and so I've been marking my videos as not made for kids, which I thought that would mean that it was some kind of inappropriate video, and I didn't want it to seem inappropriate because it's not, obviously. So I guess I've been doing that wrong. So if it does not let you hit the notification bell, let me know so that I can try to figure out how to fix it. If you know how to fix it, let me know. Let's see. Go ahead and comment below if you're a new YouTuber so that I can subscribe to your channel and give you a little bit of love. Subscribe to mine. Maybe all the people who are watching can subscribe to your channel and help support small YouTubers. If you do comment and I have not replied yet, I will. Just takes me a few days to get around to doing that because I like to do it all at once and I've got other things going on in my life too. Also subscribe if you're pregnant and let me know how far along you are, especially if you're around 4 or 5 weeks like me. I'm 5 weeks today, so it's definitely really cool to follow each other on our journeys and kind of be there for each other as support and just to be like, hey, have you experienced this? Is this normal? Is this not normal? Is, you know, like, what symptoms do you have? Am I alone in this? Which you're not. And positive vibes and prayers out there to every single one of you who are going through all this stuff. I guess it's a completely world pandemic at this point. So I was going to say United States, but I guess everyone in the world has been affected at this point. But this whole pregnancy thing has been a real light at the end of the tunnel for me. And it just kind of makes me have something to look forward to. And not that that's like the only reason why we wanted to have a baby, because it's not. Which we wanted to have a baby and then we stopped trying for the month that we got pregnant. I guess it's because there was no stress of tracking ovulation and figuring out, you know, like when we needed to do what we needed to do. And then that month was the month that it happened. But of course we want, you know, a child anyway. But just the fact that this has happened right now, sometimes God puts things in your life to let you know that there is something to look forward to. You know, you do have something positive in your life. Not that I felt like I didn't, but, you know, with all this situation going on, it just feels so dark and gloomy, you know, and it's been raining here in Arkansas. We had rain for like 13 straight days a couple weeks ago. It was actually like the week before this past week. And it was absolutely awful. It just felt like we were constantly indoors and everybody was kind of like grumpy and moody and gloomy and depressed acting. Even the kids, I could tell, like, we tried to get out as much as we could, but there was really no time or ability to get out because it was raining the whole time. But I definitely feel like this is such a blessing. If you're still trying to conceive, I totally am praying for you, seriously. And I know that I'm blessed. I really know that I'm blessed. So anyway, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.